Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us for this lovely evening, or maybe morning or afternoon, wherever you may be. We are Travorium, and this is Team Dragonfly Voyages. So, welcome to our show. Um, my name is Mahmouda, and everybody calls me Moo. And I was introduced to this club by the wonderful Paula Middleton, who I'll introduce to you in a minute. I'm a mum of four. I was widowed 14 years ago, and I love to travel, but I like to save money even more. So this is all about saving money, having fun, traveling, and there's much, much more to that. So, Paula, thank you for joining us. Would you like to take it away?
Oh, hello. Thank you so much for that lovely introduction. I'm Paula Middleton. I'm from Manchester in the UK. I'm a mum of four also. And I'm going to go and share my screen in a moment and go through some of the benefits of our absolutely amazing travel club. And you're going to find out some little secrets along the way. You're going to find out some of the ways that we've all benefited from it. And I think you're going to enjoy it. So I'm going to share my screen to start with. I'll open up for a Q&A session as well at the end. So if you've got any questions, you can ask them. So let's start this. Oh, I can't see where it's, right, there we go. Can you see my screen okay?
Yeah.
So welcome. As Mahmouda mentioned, we are Dragonfly Voyagers. That's the name of our community. And we are we're powered by Travorium. And Travorium is an amazing travel club. And I'm going to go through some of the details with you now. So what does travel do for you? Now, if I consider this for myself, it'll do different things for different people, depending on your circumstances. But part of my story is related to my emotional health. Because what I found was when I was about 18, I was quite ill with depression, and I had treatment and I got myself well. But what I found was for my 21st birthday, my mum and dad, as a surprise, arranged for me to go to New York, which was a dream of mine since I was a kid. So when I found out about that trip, I felt so much better in my emotional health. I was so excited. Whilst I was away on that trip, it helped my emotional health because I was learning about new places and experiencing different things and making memories. And then when I came back from that trip, I was then planning my next one because I really got that bug. The travel bug had hit me with a vengeance. So what I found with regards to travel is it helped me because it helped my emotional health. And being a mum of four, it helps our family cohesion as well. It helps us just get more solid as a family and make memories that are really special to treasure. So our story as a company, the company CEO and the founder is David Hart, and he's actually an award-winning businessman. He was runner-up with Inc. magazine for Entrepreneur of the Year, and we're in really safe hands with David Hart. And what I love about the way that he works things is he listens to us that are on the ground. So if we find that something isn't quite working, then he will review it and change it if it needs to be done. If he finds that something is working really well, then he will make that even more available to us. So I love the fact that he does that. And as you can see from some of the pictures, let me move this. Some of the pictures we have met Mr. David Hart, some of the team, and we've also, you can see in that top right picture, that is Todd Strand at the back there. He's our top earner in the company. And down at the bottom is one of our world tours, one of our business seminars. And we have them all across the world all year round. I'll go into a bit more about them in a moment. If you had all the time and the money in the world, what would you do more of? When we've asked people this question, 9 out of 10 people would travel. And what we're finding is at the moment, people are itching to get away because they've been stuck home for so long. They need that freedom and that they need to get out there and see the world. And the world's a pretty beautiful place. And I looked into the reasons why, because it helped my emotional health. I wanted to find out more about the reasons why most of us want to see more of it. These reasons are usually down to having a family and seeing your children excited about the experience that you're sharing with them, to relax or reduce stress, which is perfect for me, and to make memories. So who loves a good story? Hands up if you love a good story. Stories are everything, because basically when we are actually in a moment and we're experiencing something with our loved ones, we then will go ahead and retell that story and share those good times with other people. What we also do is share that on social media as well. And social media is the perfect storytelling platform, if you ask me. And what we do with regards to our travel club is we're basically enjoying our lives, we're living a lifestyle that we've dreamed of, and we're sharing it with other people. This company is excellent at doing three things. Imagine if you could live a life that you don't need a vacation from. I mean, that in itself is my absolute mission, and I know I'm not on my own with that. But this company is enabling people to do this all the time. And the three things that I mentioned that they do really, really well is help you to travel more often, to travel for less, and to travel for free. And this is exactly what's happening at the moment for many of us that are on this call right now. You can see Mahmuda there with her friend Shell. Mahmuda went on a getaway, which is a personal holiday that she chose herself, not too long ago, and she invited her friend Shell to go with her. And what happened with Mahmuda? Well, when they got there, I'm sure Mahmuda can share this a little later, but when they got there, Shell actually asked if they were at the right place because it was luxurious, and Shell knew nothing about the club and how it worked, and was kind of a little bit worried that they might have gone to the wrong place. It turns out they were in the exact place that they should be, and they had paid such a minute amount for the resort that they went and stayed at. It was absolutely incredible. I'm going to let Mahmuda tell that story a little bit later. But what happened when they got back is Shell actually spoke to Mahmuda. Mahmuda never asked her if she wanted to join the club, but she said, I want some of this. I want this kind of lifestyle. So I'm going to get a membership with you. And we're finding that's repeating itself over and over. So would you be excited to learn that you can get paid for traveling too? I mean, that's a dream come true, if you ask me. Travel the world and make money from it. So travel is the largest industry in the world, bar none. It's worth a whopping $5 billion. And I know what you're going to say next. You're going to say, but people aren't traveling right now because there are countries in lockdown. We've got this pandemic that is taking over the world. Everything's gone a little bit crazy. Let's reframe where we are with that. So does anyone recognize this? This graphic: stay alert, control the virus, save lives. Absolutely. However, if we reframe that in terms of our travel club, stay alert, because travel is happening all across the world right now. Even if it's not happening for you right away in, say, the UK, for example, it will happen at some point very, very soon. Excuse me. There are world tours, which are, I mentioned earlier, business events that are taking place and have taken place all across the world this year. And they include places like Las Vegas, Tenerife, Mexico, Florida Keys, Mauritius, and lots more. And they have taken place. Our company has been visible in all of those places. They've been out there enjoying themselves. And obviously it's business. So it's a business expense, isn't it? But it's not as expensive as you might think. So control your travel plans. Our travel club is growing by the thousands week on week. And this figure is actually wrong. I can imagine it's way over 10,000 now. I think if Deborah, I remember listening to someone who has up-to-date figures with this, is about 10,000 new club members that have Mahmuda, have you written something? Do you want to unmute yourself? And
No, so I was just saying welcome to Mahi for joining us.
oh, sorry. Welcome, Mahi. Yeah, so these people are joining this travel club all the time because what they're looking at is the future. They're not looking at what's happening right now and panicking. They're thinking when all this calms down, we can go and have the time of our lives. So my third point there, make memories. No one has ever said, I'm never going to travel ever again. They've never said that because they know that once all this is under control, they're going to be traveling the world. They're going to have to be traveling the world because they want to get out of the four walls that they've been stuck in all throughout this crisis. And the thing is as well, thousands of members are already visiting places, and it's okay if you're not comfortable to do so just yet, because we can talk about in the future the different ways that you can still use the benefits and actually really up your game when it comes to your travel plans. So the different memberships, there are 3 main memberships that we have with our travel club. We have a basic, a plus, or a premium. Now, the prices that I'm going to go over and all the rest of the presentation is going to be based on a premium membership. We can get you the figures for the other memberships if you so wish to have them. It's not a problem at all. But what we offer, the basic package, is exactly that. It's very basic. The plus is like our mid-range and offers virtually the same as the premium. However, the premium gives you more travel points to enjoy vacations with. I'm going to explain exactly what that means in just a moment. So you can see we've got Vegas, 8 days, 7 nights in Vegas with a premium membership would cost you, for 2 adults, 2 children, $0 per night. A trip to Orlando would cost you $0 per night with a premium membership. The Cayman Islands, it would cost you $0 per night. You would literally just be paying for your flights for some of these places for 2 adults, 2 children. So I know what you're going to say. I've got 4 kids. So how do I manage? I've actually saved £5,600 this year on travel alone. And I'm getting, each time I've been on 5 trips through this club using the premium membership in the exact way that I'm showing you here. And the discounts have ranged from 75% to 97% for each week. So it is pretty special. Now, we were talking about stories earlier, and we were talking about different ways and that we share things. Now, has anyone heard of Trivago? Has anyone heard of Booking.com? Yeah, I'm guessing that you have. I've heard of them, see them everywhere. They're in the domains. Toddy's arriving. They're in the domains of the internet. You see them everywhere, and what they are is a search engine. What we offer you with your membership is your very own search engine, and this is actually the front page of how that search engine looks. You will literally put in a location that you want to go to, or even a specific hotel or resort, fill in the details, search for it. We actually bring prices back with the commissions shaved off. So you're paying the very basic net price for the same stuff that you'll find on Trivago and Booking.com. You will be getting through your own personal search engine. Who can say they've got their own search engine online? You'll be getting the prices back that have no commissions added, so it will be less than what's out there. What I absolutely love as well, if you use this aspect of your membership right now and going forward, you'll actually accumulate loyalty points. So I've not saved the slide on here, but what you can get through that search engine is activities, car hire, flights. There's all sorts of different things that you can redeem these loyalty points about. for. So I normally use this aspect of my membership if I'm going on business trips, or if we just want to take the kids away for a couple of nights, so not a long trip, long weekend sort of thing. And when I use that, I get loyalty points back that I can go and use on a theme park to take the children away. Or I was looking today at Bali. Oh my, the activities and things that you can do in Bali. Yeah, if you want to go to Bali, let me know. I did a video earlier about it. Fantastic. So let's have a look at that search engine. Let's see the kind of results we're getting. We talked about stories again before. Coming up to Christmas, Miracle on 34th Street. If you've seen it, give me a 1 in the comments. It's a fantastic film. It really sort of brings back, makes you all warm and fuzzy inside, and it's really reminiscent of good times, of family times. Do you want to go to New York on New Year's Eve? I definitely have that on my bucket list. Now, 4 nights at Hilton Times Square, which is in the middle of everything. Our friends at Trivago are charging £1,620 for that. Members only search engine, which I've just shown you, is charging £1,325. You're saving almost £300 for New York on New Year's Eve. That could go towards a show, anything. Japan, who likes Bruce Lee? Who likes some good martial arts films? Let's have a look at Japan. So 7 nights, 8 days in April next year, the Intercontinental Tokyo Bay. Our friends at Expedia will charge you £1,964. Your members only search engine will be charging you £1,726, which again saves you £238. Now, the next slide I'm going to show you is really, really special. Not only is it one of my favorite films, The Beach with Leonardo DiCaprio, it's also our free incentive trip. Now, this trip, you get a trip like this every single year that you are a member with us, okay? So this trip is actually one of the examples. I'm going to show you some more in a moment, but this is Thailand, Phuket, 7 nights, 8 days. At any time, you only ever pay the taxes, which is £137. Our friends at booking.com are charging £1,504 for this very resort, the one that's pictured, and for 7 nights, 8 days, you're going to be paying £1,504 with booking.com. You're saving £1,300 for a week's stay in Thailand. Now, what we've now got available to us, we have so many more options when it comes to our free incentive trip. Because we can take a trip each year, there are many, many more to choose from, and I'm going to show you some because I did this before. We've got Argentina, Australia, Austria. Now, within each of these, there are multiple places in some of them that you can go to. We've got Brazil, Canada, Dominican Republic, Fiji, France, Germany, Greece. You can have a look through there. There's so much choice. Indonesia, we've got one in Bali. I don't know why I keep talking about Bali, but I was researching it for someone today, and oh wow, it's just incredible. Now let's see what else we've got. Japan, Korea, Malaysia, Mexico, Saudi Arabia is a very important one for Bermuda. We can talk about that in a moment. Like I mentioned, Thailand, America, UAE, there's just so many to choose from. Now, on top of that, so let's recap. We've got a membership that you accrue points with. Now, that membership, each time you pay that membership fee, those points that you're going to be using against some of this travel is actually doubled by the company. Now, what I always sort of think of is how I used to save for travel, because I'd maybe put some money away each month for a year to save for us all to go away, the 6 of us. And I'd put it in a bank account and try and get a bit of interest in it. I'd get probably, 0.01% interest over a year. Now I'm getting 100% interest. What I save, I'm getting back to use on travel. So that's one aspect. The second aspect is your own private search engine that brings back commission-free prices on everything else that's out there online. Another aspect that we've got is this. Now, has anyone played the logo game? If you have, you may be able to, I mean, shout out at home if you want to, unmute yourself by all means. Hewlett Packard, The Body Shop, I think they're quite obvious to be fair, but AXA, M&S, I need to choose some better ones than these, don't I? But you can see where I'm going with this. Look at all those things. We've got food, we've got beauty, we've got electronics, we've got eating out, we've got theme parks, we've got stuff to do with the kids. You get discounts on all of these and more. You can see the list along the bottom as to what we cover with this. There are thousands to choose from, and not only that, you've also got your very own link that you can share that is free for everyone that you know to use. Excuse me, but the beauty of this is you will get, when they use this link, they get an average of around 22%. It's actually programmed to bring back cheaper results than what you would normally find elsewhere. It's completely free to register, so all your friends and family can register on it. Each time they use it, you get paid. You get a commission. And each time they use it, they get rewarded. So over time, they're going to be getting free travel. Writing. So tell me in the chat how much, those 4 or 5 aspects of our membership, how much would you expect to pay for that? And if you already know the answer to that, don't answer in the chat. And I can't even see the chat, so anything in the chat, Mahmood, will you tell me? There's nothing in there. No. Let's see how much we would look at this. So our Plus membership works out $69.95 per month. It's around £54 UK, dependent on changing your money. There's an initial one-off fee of $179. Premium membership, which is the prices that I've based this presentation on, works out as $129 per month. It's around £100. An initial one-off fee of $300, which is around £240. However, right now we have got a discount on these prices. So you can deduct from the $300, you can deduct $49.95, because that aspect of what you would pay for this membership has been waived, and it's what we call the partner fee. So it's basically the fee to make sure that your membership is completely compliant, that you've got everything that you need, it's regulated as it should be, and you've just got everything that you need. But we're waiving that fee for this month alone. Things have been so crazy, we want to kind of give a bit back. Give loads though, to be fair. We have a secret to share as well. It doesn't even stop there. If you know someone that likes to travel. So I know this lady, met her a long time ago somewhere that I used to work. She actually loves to travel. She took out a membership with me, and she took the main premium package, and I actually earned $50 from her. The car salesman down the road, he loves to travel, got into a conversation with him. He also got the premium package, got $50. And then my mother-in-law's friend, she absolutely loves traveling. She got a discount on her insurance with the discount insurers that we've got as well. And I got paid $50 for her joining. Now, can you see, add that up, you're already getting a return on that initial payment. Not only that though, your membership is also almost free. So when you have 4 people that sign up with you and they choose to take the membership that you have, say if you're on the premium one, for example, you've now got a free membership, but your points continue to accrue. So you're not losing anything. Yes, your membership is free, but you're still getting that doubled amount added to your points each and every month. Now, if you want to turn this into a business, as I have, and if you want to earn more and earn from the travel that you're doing, what you can see there is a binary system in the way that we work things. You've got a left leg and a right leg, and you can see the people that I know that have joined the travel club, and I've placed them within my organization. But what they wanted to do was the same as me. They wanted to get a free membership as well. So the first milestone that you would hit as you help your contacts and your organization get to where you are or past there is you would to have 8 people on one side, 8 people on the other. You would then be earning around, well, from $400 per month. It can be a little more. That's around £300 per month. It's a fantastic way of starting to earn through the club. But the most incredible milestone, which is truly life-changing, you've got 25 on your left leg, you've got 25 on your right leg. And remember, it's you helping those that you've introduced and those people helping those that they've introduced. This is not all your work. You're going to be earning $1,500 per month. That's a replacement income in some households. So if you can, let's take a deep breath because it's just so exciting. We are evolving. If you recognize that, please tell me what it is in the comments. This is Forex trading. Now, the very first time I went abroad when I was younger, I went with my mum and we went to France, and this is how old I am. I had to go and change my British pounds for French francs. That's how old I am. This is what foreign exchange is all about. It's right up our street because it's in the travel industry. It's the biggest financial industry out there. We're combining the biggest industry as in travel. We're combining the biggest financial industry combined with working from home, because remember, all of this is done from home or from the beach or from the sun lounge or wherever it might be that you are. And what we do with the foreign exchange, we provide you with an educational platform that gives you everything that you need. It basically gives you a whole new skill set that you can take away with you and you can earn from, and that is trading on those currencies. Now, my husband was made redundant not so long ago. He is picking up this part of our business because he is part of our business as well. But he is picking this up as his next work, if you like, although it's definitely anything but work. It's fun. He's such a logical person, and we're both learning it together, which I love as well. But he's actually running with this because he's not earning at the moment. We've got 4 kids. Yes, we do need to earn. This is a way that he's learning a brand new skill set, and he's going ahead, and we're learning. We're still in the learning stages with this at the moment, but it's really exciting. So where next? So I mentioned that our Dragonfly Voyagers community is always around. We've always got lots of different things happening. That's the name of our group on Facebook, Save, Earn and Learn, Booking Independent World Travel. If you want to look us up, please find that group, add yourself in there. We've also got a few weekly, fortnightly and monthly lives that we do. Just ask any of us for more information about that. We've got Todd Strand on the call tonight as well, who's one of the top earners with Travorium, and he does regular calls, and we have corporate calls, we have training calls. We've got support basically every step of the way. People within this, it's more like a family than anything else, and your hand is held until you want to go and walk on yourself, you know. So just imagine where this could take you. It's very exciting. I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and I'm going to see if Todd is available for a chat, or does anyone have any questions at all?
I was going to mention about the savings my daughter has been waiting for a Black Friday, and she's bought herself an iPad. She has saved on the Black Friday deal, but she's also got vouchers from Currys from our back office, from our membership, and saved a further £60.
You're
So
joking. That's
membership is
fantastic.
amazing. Yeah.
That is brilliant. Well done. That's really
She's waiting
good.
for the Black Friday sale, so she's waiting for the sale anyway. Double discount.
Absolutely. Hi, Todd. Thank you so
Hey, Paula, how are you guys? Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Yes. How's
I
your
know that's
day
I know that's a
going?
uniquely United States holiday, but we are in Thanksgiving week.
Yes, yes.
And we're thankful for you, Todd, for joining us.
I'm thankful for the
Absolutely.
invitation. Great presentation, Miss Paula.
Thank you very much. How's your day going? What time are you there, Todd?
We are now 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Okay. Have you had a good morning?
Amazing, amazing.
Good. Is there anything that you'd like to share with us? So, I've sort of touched on the fact that you are one of the top earners within the company, and you've just got a wealth of experience and knowledge when it comes to this industry and what we're doing here. And I understand that you've been presented with a new watch. Are you
Yes,
wearing
yes.
it?
Yeah.
Have you not got it there? Don't worry.
No, I have it here,
Got
but
it there?
I got to take it to the jeweler and have it sized.
Okay.
Yeah, so here's the watch. By the way, I keep making the joke that I have an iWatch now, but if you don't count the iWatch, the box that this watch came in
Is
is
it?
more expensive than the watch I had before my iWatch. Okay, so here's the box that it came in. You can't tell this thing
Wow.
weighs like 15 pounds, right?
Yeah.
But this is the James Bond watch, a uniquely United Kingdom, right? So this is the
Yeah.
watch that James Bond always wore. It's an $8,000 watch,
Wow.
and the
Beautiful.
company gives it to all the 3-star ambassadors. So when they made the promotion, obviously we were 4-star ambassadors. We got the watch, but I didn't know I was getting it. We went to dinner with David and Adela Hart on Saturday, and he surprised me with it. So
That's so
pretty
lovely.
pretty
Yeah.
pretty
Well
incredible.
done, Todd.
And I'm not sure I'm going to wear it in public, right? I mean, would you walk around with $8,000 in your wallet?
No.
No,
So
not
imagine having
really.
$8,000 on your wrist, right?
Just I know what you could do. Bring it on World Tours. That's okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. So the watch is amazing. Obviously, we're thankful for the countless blessings that have come our way. Thankful for all of you. It's been obviously an amazing experience. I tell people all the time, and I can't stress it enough, that my wife and I knew one person outside of the United States when we got started. And that was Miss Renita Lowry, who lives in Toronto. Now, for those of you that are not familiar with the geography here, Toronto is like, you got the United States border here, and Toronto's right there. I mean, it's practically the United States. And so we didn't have any international connections. We barely speak one language, English. But we, told a few people how they could travel for less, how they could travel for free, and how they could get paid to travel. And that idea caught on. And so I recruited a guy by the name of Bill Toth out of Buffalo, New York. And he recruited a lady in Atlanta, Georgia, who knew this person from Korea. And that's how we got this big team in Korea. And if you can't tell, I don't speak Korean. I recruited a guy who's a pastor on the East Coast. He's over in North Carolina. So you got Florida, South Carolina, then North Carolina. And so he's a pastor in North Carolina, and recruited Elton into the business. Next thing you know, he tells a couple of people, who then bring in this guy named Camilo Peraza. And Camilo was actually a bodyguard for Fidel Castro. That was the leader of Cuba forever. And then eventually he escaped Cuba, came to the United States, lives in Miami. He got involved, built this massive team in Miami, which then spread to Colombia, Argentina, Chile, Mexico, Spain. And now they've got this big team in Japan. And so we've got all these people flooding in Japan into our organization. If you can't tell, I don't speak Japanese or Spanish for that matter. I know hola and yo quiero cerveza. So, I mean, I barely speak English, right? And my point is it doesn't matter what part of the world you go to. People seem to like the idea of traveling for less, traveling for free, and getting paid to travel. And of course, you can hear the incredible stories. I know we got a lot of people on here. Hi, Miss Daryl. Hi, Mama G. And so you can hear some of the stories from people who've gone on the trips. Paula, you've been on how many trips in the last 2 months? I mean, if I turn around, you're 3 months. I mean, every time I turn around, you're on a trip, right? I mean, you got I remember we did an interview, you and I, and you had a 3-bedroom 3 balcony, and like, of course, then just recently you went back to back, and I mean, so it's it's very fascinating. In fact, I tell people it's almost amazing that we've had more people travel in the last 60 days than we have at any point in our company history. And people are like, wow, even with COVID-19, I'm like, no, because of COVID-19. Like, what do you mean? I'm like, well, everything else is closed. I mean, the theater closed, the water park closed, the swimming pool closed, the trampoline park where I take my grandson so they can jump up and down and get some of the energy out, closed. The playgrounds, even the outdoor ones here in California, closed. They got yellow tape like it's a crime scene all around the thing saying, do not play, right? And so, I mean, everything is closed, but the resorts are open. And just like Paula, you can go get a 3-bedroom, 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 2-balcony, living room, dining room, full kitchen, washer, dryer, dishwasher, pots, pans, everything, for like $1 per night or $8 per night. That's like £6 or £7 per night. I mean, you can get it for some ridiculously cheap price. And so a lot of moms and dads said, wow, I mean, I'm going stir crazy at home. It feels like a home-based prison. We got to get out of here. And so, hey, let's take the kids. Let's go to the resort. We can go on hikes. We can bike. We can play basketball. We can do shuffleboard. They got pool tables, foosball. They got massive swimming pools that are so big there ain't anyone within 20 yards of you. All the social distancing in the world. Now you got a full kitchen. You can order food in and have it delivered. You're not near anybody. These are safe vacations. And so, I mean, people are figuring out that this is the best game in town. And so our travel in the middle of a pandemic has boomed. I didn't look at the numbers yesterday, but I mean, it was over the weekend. Just the team in France alone, just in travel sales, not even the Forex, just travel. They had a day where they had 87 sales in travel out of just France alone. And it was like, I mean, like incredible, right? Well, now we've added the Forex, and showing people how they can make money on their mobile phone. And that's a life skill. I heard you talking about it, Paula. In fact, I bumped into a guy by the name of Chris Coleman. He's a professional musician in Las Vegas, Nevada. He's tried a lot of different things to make money. Not many of those things have turned out for him. But he got involved with the Forex marketplace about 12 months ago. And he didn't know anything about Forex. And so every day he's learning a little bit about Forex. Every day he would get the market analysis. And then on a regular basis, he was getting trade ideas from the pros. That, hey, the Forex, the Jedi masters of this space, the people that really know what they're doing, they say they're going to buy this at this price and they're going to sell this at this price. And Chris says, you know what? I think I'll do the same thing. I'll just emulate the moves of the pros. Well, 12 months later, he took his account from zero to over $100,000 US. That's over 90,000. Even in pound, right? And so, to go from zero to 90,000 pound, in 12 months, where's he going to be 12 months from now? Where's he going to be 36 months from now, 60 months from now? This is a skill that he's learned. So in addition to, playing, music in Las Vegas, Nevada, which by the way, has kind of been crippled because of COVID-19, there's not a lot of lounges where the people are packing in where he can play. Thank goodness he learned how to trade 12 months ago. He didn't know there was going to be a pandemic. That's just, being fortuitous, right? Just, good luck that he learned this extra skill set that's actually feeding his family today. And he knows how to do it. And by the way, that wasn't with our company. He's not with our company. He's not with our pros. But it just demonstrates what is possible. And when you think about the billions of people around the globe that have been affected by COVID-19, they've been affected by the pandemic. How many of them are at home Googling, how do I make some money from home? How many of them are at home wondering, man, I don't know where my industry is going. I don't know where my career is going. I don't know how this story ends. And whenever people are uncertain, they start clinging and looking for things. And so there's countless people out there today. They're tired of being home. They're tired of being in that home-based prison. They're scared. They don't know about their career. The idea of picking up a life skill like trading. And you paint the vision of, hey, how would you like to travel like Paula Middleton? How would you like to travel like Mahmouda? And how would you like to go to these incredible resorts with the spas and the 3 bedrooms and the 2 bedrooms and sit there at the spa and make money right on your mobile phone? Right on this device right here. How many people like that idea? And that's what we're teaching people. We are the ultimate lifestyle company. And, nowadays, that's what people are looking for, especially young people. They don't want to be chained to the desk like their parents were. They want to be digital nomads. They want to be able to just, kind of wander about and make money from their digital devices, wherever they happen to be, right? And so we are showing people how to do that. They want experiences more than things. I happen to have 3 daughters. One's 35, one's 31, one's 27. And it started 3 years ago. So even before we were in the travel business, even before we were pushing travel, they made this declaration, because we used to kind of do a big Christmas in our house every year. And they made this declaration: we don't want any more stuff. We got too much stuff. I got no room to put stuff, right? Our own daughter started getting like, quit buying the grandkids stuff. We don't have any place to put it. They got too many toys. We're donating toys. And so it's like they wanted experiences more than things. So they made this declaration: we don't want Christmas. Now, what kid doesn't want Christmas? We want a vacation. And so we started a few years ago where they actually wanted to go some different place all the time, and have a vacation. So we rented a beach house. Now we rented a cabin for Christmas. We're going somewhere in the spring. I haven't heard about where we're going yet. I'm pushing the beach house. Looks like I'm getting overridden. But we're going, they want to go here, go there, do this, do that. They want experiences. And so this is, the direction everything is going. And I can tell you that, going back to my wife and I, we told a few who told a few who told a few. We're no big deal. We barely speak one language. And it just started to spread. And so for those of you, if you can just, kind of focus on, sometimes that's the problem with people, today, that they're here, they're there, they're like, they're all over the place, right? It's like taking that magnifying glass outside. And if you hold it in place, long enough and let the sun go through the magnifying glass, and you concentrate the sun through a magnifying glass, you can set a piece of grass on fire, set a piece of paper on fire. We've all done that experiment in school. But most people, they're moving their magnifying glass all over the place. You can't even warm up a match. And so if you can just kind of focus in and say, you know what, man, for the next 3 years, the next 4 years, I'm just going to learn the skill set of learning how to trade on my mobile phone. I'm going to learn the skill set of how to build a network around the world. And it's not a difficult skill set. In fact, it's so easy, it's hard, because people tend to think it's a sales job, right? This is not a sales job. People tend to think, well, I gotta be able to explain it to everybody. No, that's actually the worst thing you could possibly do. This is not a business where you do the telling and selling. This is a business where you ask people if they're open to taking a look. Then you have them come to a Zoom presentation like this. You have them go watch the videos the company made. Then you have them hear from a lot of other people who've taken the trips or traded or made money or things of that nature. And at the end of it, then if they want to get started, fantastic. But you're like, well, what did I do? I hardly did anything. Yeah, exactly. You hardly did anything other than you asked them if they were open. And, today it's not even calling people. You just text them, or you send a message on Facebook or through Instagram, or, literally, Paul, I found something I'm excited about. It may or may not be for you, but are you open to taking a look? Something as simple as that, where Paul says, yeah, what are you doing? Hey, you got 15 minutes. Now I want to send you a recorded video, check the whole thing out. The video does all the explanation. When that's done, and maybe send another video. When that's done, take them to a website. When that's done, get them on the phone with Mama G, get them on the phone with Daryl, get them on the phone with, Mahmuda, get them on the phone with Sam, whoever, right? Somebody other than you. And then they answer all the questions. And when it's all said and done, like, man, this is great. Can I sign up? Sure. Here's my link. Man, you're really good at this. Glad I could help. That's what I do. It's like the less I work, the more I make. And of course, obviously, then you see the team begin to grow. And I think that's an important thing too, also, Paula, is that, and I don't know if you showed that because I got on here just a little bit late at the very beginning, but if you go out and read the books of the wealthy, there's a best-selling book, in fact, the best-selling financial book of our era is a book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. He also wrote Cash Flow Quadrant. And in that book, he outlines the fact that most people are pursuing money the wrong way. They're never going to get ahead because they're doing a job. Now, there's nothing wrong with a job. You got to have a roof over your head. You got to feed the kids. You got to have a car. There's nothing wrong with making money, right? But a job is where you start, not where you want to finish, because a job will make you a living, but it won't make you a fortune. Okay. Make you a living, but it won't make you a fortune. They pay you just enough to keep you from being fired. Therefore, you work just hard enough to, keep from being fired, right? Sorry, they pay you just enough to keep you from quitting. Therefore, you work just hard enough to keep from being fired. I said that backwards. But, there's no prosperity in that equation. So a job can make you a living, but how do I actually get ahead? And again, if you go study the people who got ahead, like people like Warren Buffett, he's the third richest guy on the entire planet. And he has a pretty famous quote: if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until the day you die. And so, I mean, that doesn't sound very, I don't want to work till the day I die. I mean, how do I make money while I sleep? Well, we're one of those businesses where we show you how to do that. In fact, we're a business where you can get started, as Paula mentioned, for almost no money, like £100. You can get started. In your worst case scenario, the business doesn't work, you go on some free vacations. I mean, that's your worst case scenario. Come on, kids, we're going to the resort. The business didn't work, but we're going to go have fun. I mean, that's your worst case scenario. I mean, I could tell you that if you open up any other kind of business, you want to open up a McDonald's, it's going to cost you a couple £1 million. You want to open up a Subway franchise, it's going to cost you £225,000. And that does not include the napkins. That does not include the straws. That does not include the sign on the door. That does not include the little bell that tells you people just walk through the door. It doesn't include the security system. It doesn't include the cash register. It doesn't include the inventory. It doesn't include the uniforms for the employees, or the broom to sweep up the floor, or the knives to cut the lettuce. And I can tell you that some of these Subways are open 24/7. And you may not realize this, but some of those teenagers don't show up for their shift, which means this thing owns you. You don't own it. I mean, when you're living at this place, right? And if you are one of the people that 5 years from now, you break even, you pay back the £250,000, right? And you've just sacrificed and bled and sweat. It's like having another kid, right? No sleep, right? Like having a brand new born baby. There ain't no sleep happening. Not for the next 5 years. No, this thing owns you, right? And if you succeed at the end of those 5 years, you're going to make about £40,000. About £40,000. You did all that to make £40,000. I mean, it's not even that much money. And so you start investigating, like, wow, I mean, how do I, work a job where I'm making a living and putting food on the table, but I got this little thing I'm doing on the side, with the spare time you have, with the spare change you have. Again, it's £100 to get started. That's spare change for most people in the world, right? You can come up with £100. If you're hungry, you'll find it. And, so you kind of get the money together, and you start slow, and you just kind of try to find one or two people that might want to do this with you. And then they tell one or two people, and again, humble beginnings. But over time, then they find a few who find a few, and the group begins to maturate. It kind of starts to spread. And I know that, like with Mama G, who's on here, I know your team has spread to Ghana and other places, right? And I always say here today, Ghana tomorrow. And so, it's going to start to spread different places. And the next thing you know, your business takes on a life of its own. And next thing you know, you've got money coming in from people that don't even speak the same language as you. That's when you're making money while you sleep. I mean, literally, you guys are going to bed, right? And then when you guys wake up, I'm going to bed. And my wife and I I'm obviously so blessed to, be able to have you guys on the team, and as well as a lot of other people. And as sales happen, as people get excited about traveling for less, traveling for free, they get excited about making money in the Forex marketplace. Every time a sale happens in Japan, Korea, Uganda, Ghana, Zimbabwe, the United Kingdom, France, Belgium, Thailand, I mean, on and on and on, the Philippines, Canada, we get a little piece of that action. We're over here sleeping and we're getting paid, right? I mean, so that's how you start to get ahead, because guess what? You have money coming in, incredible money coming in, but it's not taking up your time. So now it's like, wow, I mean, we got all this money coming in that we're not even working for. What do you want to do? Well, you're not going to sit around and play golf every day, right? You could go on vacation every day. Sometimes like, hey, let's go make some money. Well, I've already got money coming in that isn't dependent upon me having to work. But now when I go work, now I got even more money coming in. And this is how the rich get richer, because they have so much time, right? Because they have time to make money. Most people can't make money because they got no time. I mean, I'm drowning over here. I mean, I wake up in the morning, I'm barely getting out the door, and I'm at work all day. I come home, I'm dog tired. And when am I supposed to make some money? And so again, with us, you can start with spare time, spare change, and it can begin to mushroom into something over time. So it is one of the last bastions of free enterprise. It's an amazing industry, by the way, getting bigger every day. Our industry we're getting ready to surpass 200 billion in sales as an industry. To put that in context, we have the National Football League here in America. It's football mania here. That means that the direct selling industry that I'm referring to is 20 times the size as the National Football League. It is bigger than the entire movie industry. and the music industry combined times two. Okay, so again, I mean, it dwarfs a lot of other industries you can think of and getting bigger every day. Why is it getting bigger every day? Because people are Googling, how do I make some money from home? I mean, people are starting to realize that I have bought the wrong plan, that the idea of going to school, getting good grades, go to college, get a degree is no longer the ticket to the promised land. That was a ticket to the promised land for my father, who is now 75. If you did that, I mean, you had that golden piece of paper, you're in like Flynn, baby. I mean, you're going to go work for some big company and you'll work your way up the ladder and eventually get some corner office and the company's going to take care of you and it's all going to be great. And one day you're going to sail off into the sunset. You got this amazing pension and, it's like Leave It to Beaver, right? Gee, Ward, how's your day? I mean, no one's buying that story anymore, right? I mean, that's not the world we're living in today. In fact, when you look at the fact that the students in the United States alone, kids, they have 1.3 trillion in college debt. And they're living at home with their parents. Why? Because they can't get a job, right? They're not having kids into their 30s. I mean, it's restructured the entire fabric of how people live because they're buried in a mountain of debt. They got a degree that doesn't seem to mean anything for a lot of them. I met a girl, she's got a master's in biology. She didn't just get a degree, she went and got a master's. And she didn't get it in, political science. She got it in biology, right? I mean, she's smart. She's making like $14 an hour. That's like 12 pound, right? I mean, she's barely paying the bills. I mean, she has to have a roommate just to live. The girl's getting ready to turn 31. And so again, I mean, that's the kind of thing that's going on out there. And so if you kind of look around, if you read a couple of books, you start to realize, hey, things are shifting, but things have always been shifting. There was a time if you want to get rich, become a blacksmith. There was another time if you want to get rich, become a farmer. There was another time if you want to get rich, hey, open up a factory. So things keep moving. There was another time if you want to get rich, start programming computers. I mean, suddenly that was the big thing. And so things are always shifting. Nothing ever stays the same. The change is the one constant to the universe. If you don't believe me, go grab the high school yearbook, right? You're like, wow, what happened to that kid? I just turned 50, so I know that pain all too well. I had people send me pictures when I was young, like, the hell happened to me? So 30 years later, right? So again, things are always changing. There's a big shift in the marketplace today. We represent a big part of that shift. You guys can get started here and some amazing things can happen. So, hey, Paula, with that, thank you for the invite. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you guys. So glad to see you guys are doing these presentations and doing your own thing. That's how it always happens, is when a group of people get together and say, man, let's do our own presentations. We got our own site. We got our own Telegram account. Let's come together and let's help each other and team up and go make this thing happen. It's always those little groups that come together in a concentrated effort that end up exploding. So for those of you that are here, you're in the right place, right time.
Thank you, Todd.
Thank you so much, Todd. It was wonderful to hear you. You get so passionate about what you explain and the stories that you tell us and the facts that you share with us. And yeah, I feel exactly the same. It's such an incredible place to be. When you mentioned cash flow quadrant, I've got the board game.
Yeah,
we play it, and Mama G has, and we play it on getaways. That's our thing. We take it with us, and we're on a getaway. We're on a trip that's cost £8 for the week. It's so in some cases, and we're playing and learning how to make sure my kids are learning how to make sure that they can carry on. And actually, the world is so different now. In the past, however many months since all of this has gone on, the world is a completely different place. And I want to make sure my children have that peace of mind and that thought process as to how they can continue.
Well, I think that's amazing because you can go to Cambridge, you can go to Oxford, you can go to Harvard, and you can get a master's. My youngest daughter got an MBA. That means she's got a master's in business. And so she went to 6 years of college and she was never once taught how to make money. She was taught how to get a job. She wasn't taught even how to balance a checkbook. She wasn't taught how to start and run a business. She wasn't taught how to earn residual income. She wasn't taught how to invest in the single largest financial marketplace in the world. She didn't even know what it was. I brought up the foreign exchange market. What's that? You got an MBA. What's that?
Yeah.
It just happens to be the single largest financial market in the world. No big deal. I mean, so again, I think it's great, Paula, that you're teaching your kids.
Yeah.
And again, I don't want to blame the school system too much because when you look at the school system, it was set up to obviously help people kind of get to a certain level of education and go to the factory where we all do things exactly the same way. we're like robots, right? I mean, everything was the same, and we're just not living in that economy more. We went from the, agriculture society to the factory society, and then it keeps evolving. And so again, we're in a big, we're in a production-based economy today, where people have to become entrepreneurs, intrapreneurs again. And so, Paula, what you're doing is amazing for your kids. You're giving them a huge heads up.
Thank you, Todd.
All right, bye, everybody.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you for the invite, Paula.
Thank you, Todd.